Hey, it's the Terminian Hero here, and we're playing some more The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. We have awakened all of the sages, so now we're headed to Ganon's castle to finish this off. Link, can you hear me? It's Rauru, the sage. We six will gather our power to create a bridge to the castle where Ganondorf dwells. The castle's keep, which is known as Ganon's Tower, is protected by 6 evil barriers. Bring down the 6 barriers and save Princess Zelda. There we go, we got this rainbow bridge created by the elements. We've got the yellow here as our light, the green as forest, the blue as water, the purple as shadow, the red as fire, and the orange as spirit. Inside Ganon's castle, here we go. Let's get our bombs out to take care of these guys. Not that we really need to. And now here we are. We've got a bunch of doors leading to different areas based on the different sage's elements. That one seems to be blocked. And because that one's blocked, we can't quite do this in whatever order we want, but I say let's start doing this in reverse order. So starting with Spirit. Because if I know this dungeon well enough, reverse order should work. Whereas going in order would not work, because we'd start with the one that's blocked. Anyways, so there's some spike traps there that are threatening us as we try to get those white rupees. So, you know, let's pull these statues in such a way where they won't be as threatening. Navi was doing stuff here, so I think we can get a big fairy to spawn. Or not, or was I just not in the right place? Oh, I know what we have to do here. This is one of those Song of Time blocks, isn't it? I don't remember this being a Song of Time block, but it could be. That's not the case either, huh? Maybe we gotta use Sun Song for this. Not that I even need the fairy. But there we go, it was a Sun Song spot. Anyways, I can easily get this rupee here, just like that. And now for these, I definitely need to move these statues if I want to get these rupees safely. Link, will you please grab? Thank you. Now let's move the other one. The further we move it, the safer this is gonna be. And there we go. I just barely avoided that since it stopped me during the cutscene. These guys are on fire, so maybe that'd be a good excuse to actually try out our ice arrows. So we can just freeze them in place, actually, but... yeah, so I guess that kinda helps, because they do try to run away from me there. Anyways, so this switch is outside of reach, kind of, but not really. There we go, and what does that give us? It gives us bomb chews, hint hint. So let's get our bomb chews out. And you can see there's a little hole in the wall there that we can send a bomb chew up and through to hit that switch if we're lined up well. And there we go. Now we're gonna want to switch to our fire arrows for one good reason. There's no sun here. But there is sun up there behind those webs that we can burn. So now let's try out some of these suns. That's a bad noise. That spawns one of these wall masters, which I thought we could attack with light. Apparently not. Is that wall master not gonna come back? I'd really like to defeat it. Oh well, we can summon another one like that. I just really like to know that it's dead, though, you know? That seemed to be the one we want, but we'll get this one anyways. You're not gonna get me, I'm out of here. And now we have reached this crazy room. Ow. Navi's really not gonna say anything about this, huh? Anyways, this is where we want our light arrows. We see this crazy ball, we hit it with a light arrow. The spirit barrier is dispelled. Hurry up, kid. That's one barrier down, 5 to go. Does Navi say anything if we approach this? No, she does not. Anyways, next up should be the shadow barrier. Also, it's worth mentioning that back here, we can find some stuff. We can find some fairies and a whole bunch of scrubs. Excuse me. The mirror shield is meant to reflect stuff, I guess not deflect stuff. I wanted to get the guy on the right first, but whatever. Knock it off, leave me alone, and I'll sell you arrows. No, thanks. There we go, now I got ya. Red potion, no thanks. I hit you with the other guy's nut. Bombs, nah. Green potion, nope. Honestly, green potion might not be that bad, because light arrows take up magic, and they take up like twice as much magic as other magical arrows. And we're gonna need light arrows at the end. But whatever, I'm sure I'll be fine. Anyways, this way would be for the shadow barrier. So let's try that. We're gonna need our lens of truth for this. Or not. We're gonna need our long shot for this. Are there Song of Time blocks over here? What do you know, there are. So we could use hover boots instead, but let's just long shot over. It's a blue rupee, which probably would have been a shield. Thankfully I can long shot back. I don't need to change into my hover boots, at least not yet. For now, let's get our fire arrows out. And that creates a temporary path for us, which also goes to that chest. Get away from me, green bubble. They just won't let up with these like-likes, will they? Is this gonna work? There we go. That's a great way to take care of like-likes. That's a good use for those ice arrows. Especially since I didn't change my shield back. Back to one that it can't eat. So from here, this might be Lens of Truth time. Or not. That's right. This, we want to hit this again, don't we? There we go. And yes, this does let us get a bit further. Including down there to that switch, but I want to give it some time here. I can't even see where it is. Between how dark it is and with this fire effect in the way, we got it though. So that makes a big chest appear that we can hook shot back up to. So that's cool. And you found the golden gauntlets. You can feel even more power coursing through your arms. Grab with A and lift stuff. Cool, we'll definitely want to use that. First, though, let's just keep making our way through. Doesn't seem like there's anywhere else we can go with this. Which means it's probably Lens of Truth time. Yeah, we've got some curvy, you know, for Nintendo 64 standards, curvy invisible paths to go on. Hammering that will unlock the door. Oh, there's another torch over there I could have been shooting, because it was closer by than the one I was shooting. Yeah, because this one here would also make those blocks appear. Anyways, moving on. Let's restore our magic a bit. They give you magic and arrows to be like, hey, hint, hint, use your light arrows. And we can dispel the shadow barrier. The shadow barrier is dispelled. Please save the princess. Now, before we move on to the water barrier, which is down there, I want to get back across to the other side real quick. Because we just got a new item, our golden gauntlets. And there's something we can do with those. We just want to make our way out of the castle real quick. And head over this way. You remember the Great Fairy that granted us, Din's Fire? She was right back here, but in the past. Now we're in the future, and we have our golden gauntlets. Link is now a beast. Welcome, Link. I am the Great Fairy of Courage, even though I was the Great Fairy of Magic 7 years ago. I'm going to enhance your defensive power. Receive it now. Your defensive power is enhanced. Your defensive power has been enhanced. Damage inflicted by enemies will be reduced by half. When battle has made you wary, please come back to see me. So yeah, we basically just doubled our heart containers and doubled the effectiveness of hearts. And like any other healing items. So that's crazy. We have so much health now. You figure we have 20 heart containers times 4, because 1 health is a quarter of a heart. So that's 80 health. And then times 2, because of our double defense. So that's like 160. And then times 5, because we can hold 4 fairies plus our health bar without a fairy. So, like, we basically have 800 health now. Whereas we started with 12. That's insane. But now we head on into this ice area here. This is for the water thing. I didn't mention this, but the water temple was originally going to be an ice temple, and its remains were used here and in the ice cavern. I did already mention that the forest temple was originally going to be a wind temple, and we'll get to see some remains of that in Ganon's castle here too. Ah! I should have known that would happen. Not that that would have stopped me from opening the chest. And they give us a recovery heart. When they freeze us, they also give us a recovery heart. Don't open the chests in the wrong order. Anyways, we need some blue fire here, so one of these fairies is gonna have to go. You put a blue fire into the bottle! Yes, I have. Now let's melt this red ice. Hopefully we won't need any more blue fire, but I guess I'll pick up one more just in case. We know where we can get fairies in this dungeon, so it's not a big deal that we had to get rid of one. Okay, so we've got a time limit to do this block puzzle. So, yeah, it's a good thing I have blue fire, because there's red ice up there. The first thing we want to do is fill in that hole in the ground. Link, please get down. Fill in this hole in the ground with this block specifically. And now this block will be able to go over that block. So we can... Link, please. So we can twist this around in such a way to get up to that red ice. Oh, hey, there was a fairy. But I still had blue fire. They probably give you that fairy there because they know you're gonna have to get rid of something. Assuming that you don't have an actually empty bottle in order to get through this area. Now we can use our Megaton Hammer to smash that switch. And we can continue on. This should be magic. And this should be arrows. That was rupees for some reason. Aren't they supposed to give you magic and arrows at all these? Anyways, water barrier dispelled. The water barrier is dispelled. Hurry up. next up should be the fire barrier. Wherever the entrance to that is, but let's drop down here real quick. Ah, I failed. Oh my gosh, does anyone know where platform 9 3/4 is? There we go. Alright, should we get another fairy, or should I actually get that green potion? Because I'm not gonna take this much damage. But if I'm bad at aiming, I could potentially, like, actually run out of magic during the final fight. Oh my gosh! Oh right, I'm using the wrong shield. There we go. You're the arrow one. You're not who I'm looking for. Are you the green potion one? You're bombs. Okay, well how about you? You're gonna be red potion, aren't you? You're green potion. I will buy that, actually. Just in case. And I don't need to deal with the last one. Anyways, the fire barrier. Where are you? You're up there. Link, it's so hot in here, we can't stay here for long. I mean, we can stay here for long enough that I don't need to get my Goron tunic on, although the Goron tunic would help for the ability to briefly walk on lava, so let's do that. Alright, so there's no way over to that one for now, so let's just go over this way. This thing's gonna fall. And we can use our golden gaunt... Oh, there was... How did I not see that over there? Anyways, we can use our golden gauntlets here. If it'll let us, come on. Let me use my golden gauntlets. I don't know why I changed tunics. I meant to change my shield. And there we go. That not only revealed this white rupee, but it also caused a little bridge to be made on the other side to get to that other one. Now let's actually get this rupee this time. I came over here just for nothing. And there was definitely something. When I saw that there was nothing, I should have known that something was wrong. Oh no. This is the last one, so it's gonna cause the cutscene. Let me off of here, thank you. Alright, considering where that target is, I'm sure I could have reached this target from over there, but... whatever, I did this the risky way, because it's more entertaining. Anyways, let's dispel the fire barrier now. The fire barrier is dispelled. Hurry up, brother. Four barriers down, 2 to go. Let's change back into our classic green tunic. So the forest barrier must be on the other side here. Right over here. Looks like a good time for Din's fire. But that won't be enough to light all the torches. We'll also need a fire arrow. Will you stop? Okay, so defeating him gave us this little chest. Which just gives us rupees. Probably would have been a shield. Let's switch to fire arrows and Din's fire. We'll hit that one and then use our spell. And we can head on through. So yeah, it looks pretty windy now. We also kind of saw a little bit of this when we were in the Shadow Temple. Anyways, it's definitely hover boot time. Let's let this blow us across. That takes care of all of the enemies in this room. But there's still danger because of these pits and all this wind. Anyways, pushing that gave us this little hookshot target that we can climb on top of. So that got us to that rupee. We can get this one easily. We can get to this one easily. Now this one looks a bit dangerous. Had to wait for the wind to go away, and now we should be able to change back into our normal boots. Got some magic and some hearts. Let's get our light arrows out. The forest barrier is dispelled. Hurry up, Link. And now there's only one barrier to go, and it's over here, into the area that's based on the Light Temple, which we haven't gotten to explore. The only part of the Light Temple we've been into was the Chamber of Sages. But if the Light Temple really is in the center of the Sacred Realm, then that means it would be the same as that big pyramid in the Dark World in A Link to the Past, because the Dark World is the Sacred Realm after Ganon took it over. Anyways, on to this Light Temple area. By light, do you mean visibility? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. 'Cause, yeah, there's invisible things here. The Skulltulas and the Keys. Now, if we look at the keys are on very specific chests. So let's remember what chests those are. Now defeating all those keys makes a new chest appear. But yeah, the chests that the keys were on are bad news. Oh wait, really? Okay, the chests that the keys weren't on are the ones that are bad news. That is news to me. I want to open all the chests, so let's open up the ice ones first here. Now let's do the remaining two. Got a bundle of arrows, and the one that we get rewarded for defeating the enemies is, of course, the small key we need. Oh no, it is the hardest puzzle ever. Navi won't even tell us that there's a Triforce on the floor this time, or we can't inspect it to say, like, oh, this is the crest of the royal family. And there we go, an easy small key. And now we've got a time limit in a cramped room with a bunch of boulders. That is scary. So we went straight to the top first. Now let's make our way around. There's a rupee in there. There's a rupee on this side. There's one on this side. Now we just need to get into that other alcove over here. And that opens our way. And now we're at the end, but there's nothing here except for a wall master that you may not have noticed was coming down, and he would have taken us back to the start of Ganon's castle. Watch out, you stupid wall master. I almost didn't notice it. But anyways, yeah, there's nothing here. What about Roru? Well, there we go. Thank you, Lens of Truth. We're not quite fully filled up on health, but we're filled up on just about everything else. I mean, we're down a little bit on bombs and bomb chews, but oh well. Time to dispel the light barrier with a light of our own. The light barrier is dispelled. Hurry! And with that, we can now enter Ganon's tower. But first I want to enter platform 9 3/4 again. Just to heal us that little bit that we can. And now let's head into Ganon's tower. Into the jaws. Get out of here, you stupid fire keys. This seems like a place where there would be a chest, so let's defeat all these guys. I still hear flapping. Get out of here. I hear you. Where are you? Are you up here? You are up here. Well, that's all of them. It seems like these torches are just decorations, though. Huh. They definitely look like they mark where a chest is. Anyways, now we're trapped in here with a couple of Dinolfos. They're not too threatening. Let's keep heading on up. All we really have left to do is ascend the tower, which just seems like a gauntlet of enemies. There's the boss key chest. These are most likely the Stalfos that you have to defeat close to each other, like where if you take too long to defeat the other one, the first one gets back up again. Maybe not. It sounded like I heard the bones disappear. And we have our boss key. We have every item in the game. So at this point, I think it's safe to save. I mean, I've gone this whole game without the game crashing. So I don't know what's the problem with my copies of Metroid Prime 1 and 2. I did sort of clean my disc reader on the GameCube between Metroid Prime 2 and Ocarina of Time, but I didn't really clean it. I heard that touching the disc reader in any way could easily knock it out of place. So I basically just lightly dragged a tissue across the lens cleaner, and that's all I did. So either that was enough to make my GameCube work properly again, or both my Metroid Prime 1 copy and Metroid Prime 2 copy are scratched in just the right way for them to screw up in the same way all the time. Anyways, we only want to fight one of these guys at a time, so let's only trigger one of them at a time. Got one of these wearing black and one wearing white, but that doesn't seem to make a difference. A lot of times in video games, if an enemy looks slightly different, they'll function differently. We knocked some armor off of this one. But we took her down easily. So now let's fight the other one. You attacked fast. Ow! Thankfully, you only do 2 hearts of damage now that I have double defense. There we go. And that lets us continue on further. That music keeps getting louder and louder as we get higher. And here it is. The boss door. Let's not break those pots right now. We have a pillar we can climb up, but that just goes into a ceiling. There's no point in going there. Let's try this door. The boss door was a lie. We still have to climb higher. The Triforce parts are resonating. They are combining into one again. The 2 Triforce parts that I could not capture on that day 7 years ago. I didn't expect they would be hidden within you 2. And now, finally, all the Triforce parts have gathered here. These toys are too much for you. I command you to return them to me. Link, I can't help you. Because of the waves of darkness, I can't get close. I'm sorry, Link. Great King of Evil, Ganondorf. And yeah, we don't have Navi. That means we can't lock onto him. So, let's maybe get off of this platform. He's also making the platforms fall apart. And yeah, this is that pillar we could climb up in the floor below. So we know there's pots down there that we can use to heal. Shooting them with arrows isn't gonna work right now. For now, we have to bounce this back at him like with Phantom Ganon. There we go, now we can hit him with a light arrow. If I'm not terrible at aiming, this is why I got that green potion. There we go. Ganondorf, the evil king. I have no idea what his weak point is. So yeah, once you sort of stun him, then Navi can lock onto him. For now, though, let's just keep playing tennis with him. You want to do tennis, and then you want to nail him with a light arrow, and then you want to slash him with your sword. I only got a couple of hits on him there, and then I did a bad. That was a bad. Thankfully, there's magic and health down here, and arrows. It's surprising that Ganondorf even lets us back up here, but I guess he underestimates our abilities. He probably thinks he's just toying with us. So, like with Phantom Ganon, you can reflect these shots with an empty bottle, but it's super hard because of the bottle's super low range. So we definitely want to do this with our sword. It's a little silly to do it with a bottle anyways, so much better to do it with a sword because of that. Oh, right, I was supposed to hit him with a light arrow. He's destroying a lot of platforms. Did Link not have his sword out before I tried that? Now he's just going too slow. Come on, Ganondorf. Gosh darn it, yeah, the amount of hits you need to do that for is randomized, and I don't think there's a limit on how long it can go. I think I've seen someone hit it over 20 times before it finally hit Ganondorf. Yeah, look at that jump attack. There's still some good platforms over in this direction. He's gotta be almost done now. I wasn't keeping track of there. I know it wasn't over 20, but it was an awful lot. Oh, what can I say? Ganon's strong. He's still going. Thankfully, my platform was not one of the ones that fell down there. Man, I really wanted to do that. There we go, we both charged our attacks. And now he's super dead. The great evil king Ganondorf, beaten by this kid. Link. Ganondorf, pitiful man. Without a strong, righteous mind, he could not control the power of the gods, and... Link, listen to me. This tower will collapse soon. With his last breath, Ganondorf is trying to crush us in the ruins of the tower. We need to hurry and escape. Please, follow me. So suddenly this is a Metroid game. We have an escape sequence. Watch out for falling rubble. Yeah, if we get hit by something, Zelda will, be all shocked and stall for a second. She'll freeze for a second out of shock if we get hit. Also, we have to be near her in order for her to move, so stick near Zelda. She'll open the way forward. We have to take a different route than how we came up. I would have liked to see you make that jump, Zelda. How do you do that? Oh, you just walk across? Okay. Well, I actually jump it. I don't even bother using my hover boots like you apparently do. We're getting pretty close to the bottom of this tower. Oh great, now Zelda's trapped. Now these guys, I know for sure are the ones that you need to defeat quickly. Once you defeat one, you need to quickly defeat the other one. That much I know. So I'm gonna do this smartly. Where even is... Oh, there's the other one. Alright, this guy should only need one more hit. There we go. Did that. Thank you, Link. Now let's hurry. I'm working on it. Thanks for the hearts. We are so close to the bottom. basically at the bottom now, as we move out here. I guess there are a few more stairs. But yeah, out here you'll see we're out of Ganon's tower and we're now into Ganon's castle. Onto a bridge we couldn't reach before. We've got a re-dead to get past. As our last foe blocking our escape. Come on, Zelda, don't be shocked. Just go. And we've made it out. It's over. It's finally over. Link, I'm sorry I couldn't help you in the battle before. What is that sound? Ganon. There's no way he's going to hold me back again. This time we fight together. Alright, but I don't really have the Master Sword anymore. Ganon, I really have no idea what his weak point is. Thanks, Navi. So, his weak point is definitely his tail. So if you can get around to that, you're good. Of course, we may not have our Master Sword, but we do still have a sword that we can use here. Otherwise, you just kind of gotta sneak around them and use, like, arrows and maybe your hook shot if you run out of arrows. Just gotta get behind him and hit that tail. There's also a bunch of destructibles around here that could drop items like hearts and stuff. I think they even drop at least one fairy. Like, I think there's at least one fairy you can get in this fight. Link, the Master Sword is here. Hurry up. Alright. We definitely need that thing. It's needed to defeat Ganon. Use the Master Sword. Destroy Ganon with the Sacred Sword. Of course, only we can pull it out, so Zelda couldn't have helped us there. But now, is the Master Sword automatically equipped? Yes, it is. So now let's do this again, except with the Master Sword. Looks like he's a little harder, so let's stun him with some light arrows, which is what you're supposed to do. And then you can get around to his tail. Let's maybe try a jump attack here. Just to get that double damage. Come on, Ganon. I'm running out of magic. I do have a potion. I'm using my power to hold the evil king. You must use your sword and deliver the final blow. Six sages, now! Ancient creators of Hyrule. Now open the sealed door and send the evil incarnation of darkness into the void of the evil realm. You! Curse you, Zelda! Curse you, sages! Curse you, Link! Someday, when the seal is broken, that is when I will exterminate your descendants! As long as the Triforce of Power is in my hand. Thank you, Link. Thanks to you, Ganondorf has been sealed inside the evil realm. Thus, peace will once again reign in this world, for a time. All the tragedy that has befallen Hyrule was my doing. I was so young, I could not comprehend the consequences of trying to control the sacred realm. I dragged you into it too. Now it is time for me to make up for my mistakes. You must lay the Master Sword to rest and close the door of time. However, by doing this, the road between times will be closed. Link, give the Ocarina to me. As a sage, I can return you to your original time with it. When peace returns to Hyrule, it will be time for us to say goodbye. Now, go home, Link. Regain your lost time. Home, where you are supposed to be, the way you are supposed to be. Thank you, Link. Goodbye. And that's the end. I like ending with Zelda's lullaby there, but it would have made more sense to end with the Song of Time. But anyways, we are now split into 3 timelines. Every timeline, because remember, every time you go back in time, you start a new timeline. So every timeline where we couldn't defeat Ganon, that was the downfall timeline that leads to A Link to the Past, and, you know, all the 2D, like most of the 2D games and the games relating to them. Then the timeline where we just defeated Ganon, that's the adult timeline that leads to Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks. And now we're being sent to be a kid again, where we're gonna warn Zelda and them about what Ganondorf's planning, and Ganon is gonna get into some trouble earlier on, and that leads into Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, Four Swords Adventures, and I assume, like, the Breath of the Wild and the games related to that as well. They haven't quite confirmed where Breath of the Wild is on the timeline yet, but it makes the most sense to be there, especially given what little images, you know, what little clips we've seen of Breath of the Wild 2. But that's just me theorizing. Anyways, so yeah, that's Ocarina of Time. We never actually ended up getting the full Triforce, even though on our menu where the medallions were, there was like a silhouette of a Triforce in the middle. Back in the day, that left a lot of people thinking that there was some way to obtain the Triforce in this game. It was one of those playground rumors, just like getting into that cave under the ice in Zora's Domain. But yeah, of course, none of it's true. So anyways, I mean, people have gotten the Triforce in this game through some crazy glitches using, like, robots and stuff. But it's not, you're not actually able to do it in the game without doing something crazy like that. Anyways, so Epona's roaming around. So this is on the adult timeline, where everyone's celebrating. They're all just having a nice old party. we get to see, like, basically every character. There were not that many carpenters. Andrew, you're allergic to those chickens, unless those are your pocket cuckoos grown up into, like, full-sized cuckoos. And there's a little sad scene with Mito and King Zora missing Saria and Ruto. And there go the sages. It's really unclear whether or not they're alive. Like I said before, in Wind Waker, a sage has to be alive to be a sage. But here, they kinda act like spirits, like the spirits in Breath of the Wild do. The victorious music seems to suggest that they're alive, but just the way they disappear near their dungeons makes it seem like they're not, so it's really unclear. But I feel like the intention was that they were alive. As Navi flies away into that window in Twilight Princess, that's another crazy theory. We set the Master Sword back. And we meet with Princess Zelda once again. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Now, there's actually a little secret if you stay on this screen for a little while. I'm not sure how long. But, yeah, so that's The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. So, you know, I'm gonna be doing plenty of other games. Obviously, I'll continue with Zelda after a while, with Majora's Mask, but, you know, I do a bunch of Nintendo games, like, you know, Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Donkey Kong. I do a bunch of non-Nintendo games, like Crash, Spyro, Rayman, Ratchet & Clank, Jak and Daxter. I play fan games like Super Mario World ROM hacks. I also do Operation Nostalgia, which is where I go back to play games that I stopped playing as I grew up, so like, you know, Nickelodeon and Disney games and stuff like that. So yeah, I do all that stuff. And the next game I plan on playing would be Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, which is gonna be an interesting one. Just because this is gonna be the first time I've ever Let's Played an RPG. I'm not very good at RPGs, but Super Mario RPG is a pretty simple and easy one. I'm just not entirely sure how to handle, like, fights in those kind of games. I don't think I should have to grind much in that game. But it's like, on one hand, I want to show everything, and I don't have any problems watching live streams of people playing RPGs, so I feel like I wouldn't have to cut the fights out. But also, I feel like RPG fights can get a little repetitive sometimes. So it's gonna be interesting, Let's Playing my first RPG. I'm really not sure how long you have to stay on this screen in order to reach the secret. But I think I've said just about everything I need to say. So I'm gonna leave you here, and I'll leave this up until the secret plays. And yes, I did say plays, because it is a musical secret. But yeah, so that is it for, well, actually, it's not quite it, because I still have to do my Hylian Loach video and my Boss Bash video for this game. Someday I'll do, Master Quest and the 3DS version, but for now, that's it for Ocarina of Time, other than that little stuff. So yeah, I'm the Terminian Hero, and I will see you next time for something else. Okay, apparently this Easter egg isn't gonna happen because I'm on the GameCube version, but what's supposed to happen here is that when you wait enough time on the end screen, it's supposed to start playing random songs from your Ocarina, including your own Scarecrow's song that you wrote. And it'll also play it in different instruments. So in addition to the Ocarina, there's also like Sheik's harp, Impa's whistle, Malon's singing, and, the Guru guy at the windmill's music box and stuff. So that's a neat little Easter egg. Too bad it's not in this GameCube version, but whatever, I mean, what can you do? Anyways, so that is actually it now. So yeah, I'm the Terminian Hero, and I will see you next time for something else.